Greetings my lovelies, and thank you for stopping by the circle today. I know that I've been absent for a few weeks, but that's mainly just because school has started back up again. And teaching virtually is a lot harder than I thought it would be. But I digress. So let's go ahead and get on with today's video where I am reviewing Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackworth. Let's go. Now, I can't even begin to express how much I love this book. Like, I got it on like a random Barnes & Noble's, hey, I'm gonna wander the aisles and see what's going on type of purchase. And let's just say that I fell in love with this within the first 5 pages. Like, I'm not fucking lying, I'm not exaggerating. I fell in love with this book in 5 pages. Seriously. Oh my god. So let me go ahead and just roll right into it and talk about it, gush over it without giving too many spoilers away. So the whole basic premise of this book is that basically every afterlife exists, heaven, hell, Valhalla, even ancient ones to where people no longer practice that religion anymore. There's kind of remnants of it, but whatever. So your soul goes to wherever it is that you think that you belong to. So in the context of heaven and hell, heaven is basically you moving on with your life with no regrets. And hell is full of regrets. And you can actually turn yourself into the type of demon that reflects what you're punishing yourself for. Now, because hell is the realm of regrets and unfulfilled desires, there's this special subsection of it called the Library of the Unwritten, most commonly referred to as the library. This is where every unwritten book exists. Every passing thought that a potential author had creates a new book in this library. Now, if the author finishes the book, then it no longer is a part of the library. It goes out into the wider world or whatever. But if the author dies before the book is ever finished, or they die with never doing it, then that book will exist in the library forever. Now, the really cool thing is that occasionally, let's say you're an author that's been obsessing over a particular character or story or an idea or whatever, that can make your book come to life in hell. And so that your characters will in turn want to escape and come to you to try to influence you to finish the book, because every story wants to be written. No story wants to be unfinished. Now it's the librarian's job, who our main character is, to go out and maintain the books, take care of them, protect them from damage, let demons read them for a little power trip. I don't know, that's a whole weird thing. And go out and catch these wayward characters. Oh my god, this is shit. You're seeing why I fell in love with it in 5 pages? One, this is completely a world that I've never even imagined or could have thought of, and it's fucking amazing. And 2, it makes me feel guilty as shit as a writer. I mean, there are probably dozens of stories that I've never finished, especially from when I was younger and just did not have the drive or dedication to actually finish a fucking story, or stories that I've had to abandon because I no longer could work with them and I just completely fell out of love with them and something else became my obsession. And my current stories that I have been neglecting because my depression and anxiety has been all over the place because of this pandemic. So yeah, I love it and hate it. It's bittersweet, and it is, oh my god, is this so good. Now, the main catalyst for the story is that there are these pages from the Devil's Book that have appeared, and heaven and hell are kind of fighting over him. And the librarian's like, whoa, 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 this will kind of destroy everything. It is a book, so therefore it falls into my domain because I am neutral territory. Yes, my library resides in hell, but I am neutral territory, and it will not benefit anyone to have these have these pages to complete the book or whatever. So she goes out on a quest to try to find them before all hell breaks loose. So with that being said, let's kind of roll into these characters because, oh my god, I could gush about them forever too. So our main character is Claire, and she's been the librarian probably since like the early 90s or 1980s. Like, not that old, but I mean, she was an adult when she died, like in the 89, so she's, probably like maybe like my mom's era age or whatever. But whatever, she's cool. She is a person of color, which is awesome because they don't really like hammer that in. She just happens to be a person of color. She's Claire, she has braids, she likes wearing hippie dresses, and I kind of like that because it becomes less about her ethnicity and more just about who she is as a person. And also, she is a part of the LGBTQ community, although we don't find that out until like a little bit later. So sorry, spoiler, but still, like, her sexuality is not something that is like, oh my god, this is her defining feature. No, it's just like an aspect of herself, and when she like finds the terminology for it, she's like, oh, that's what they call it. Cool, whatever, It just rolls onto it because while that is an aspect of herself, it is not her entire personality, which is fucking amazing. So she's the head librarian. Her assistant is an ex-muse called Brevity. Now, muses are, the people or the creatures or beings or whatever you want to call them that go down into the multi-world and inspire creators. So they inspire authors and artists and musicians and whatever have you. Well, Brevity was kicked out of the Muse Alliance thingy, whatever, because she wanted to keep a bit of inspiration for herself. Because muses don't necessarily feel or create, they just kind of inspire, and she wanted more, and so they kicked her out. So she helps Claire out in like maintaining the books and things that way, and maintaining like the damsel ward, which is what they call, like damsels in distress, but their authors have died and they have come out of their books and they don't feel like putting them back in because they're horribly written one-dimensional damsels, and so they just sort of allowed them to exist in the library, in their own little special area, safe, protected, so they can pursue their own desires. And that's kind of a cool, feature. Now, another wing in the library is like the wing of artifacts or something to that effect, and is run by a fallen demon duke named Andreas, and he took Claire under his wing, so to speak, when her mentor died only after her being his apprentice for 3 years. So they kind of had this close friendship, although she's very much aware that he is a demon, so she does only trust him but so far. And then we get our next demon of hell, and his name is Leto, one of those two. Anyway, so he's a freshly new demon, but he's not exactly a demon. There's something special about him that you will find out really right after Claire meets him, because she pegs him, not like that, for what he truly is right out the get-go, and she tries to help him. So those are the hell people. So now we must get on to the heavenly host. First and foremost, we have Rimiel, I'm not sure how the pronunciation goes. He's a watcher, one of the first types of angels that rebelled with Lucifer, although he didn't necessarily agree with Lucifer. He just wanted to help mankind, and for that he got fucked over. So they gave him an olive branch by saying he could be the angel at the gates, basically purgatory, that basically does that line of people that come through. The image of the pearly gates, it's not St. Paul, it's him. So he comes across this guy who starts off this whole, shebang. And he takes it to his superior, Uriel, who is like the face of heaven in the heavenly host. And she's a bitch. She is a fanatical, radical, crazy, obsessed angel over these hell pages. And just kind of over everything in general. and I really don't fucking like her, and I'm ready for her to get knocked down a peg or two. But anyways, so those are the characters. So these people are battling up against each other between heaven, hell, Valhalla, and all sorts of crazy ass places. So yeah, before I give away too much, let me just go ahead and jump to my final thoughts on the story. Oh my god. I have been in a funk for like ever. For like, well, probably since this whole like COVID thing. But I have been in a massive funk. This book really did help to pull me out of it. I mean, I literally fell in love with them 5 pages of it. I gobbled the sucker up like there was no tomorrow. And, you know, I hated the fact that I was doing like the Rory reading challenge at the time because I wanted to read that book instead of the books that I had chosen. So, and to make this even better is that there's a second book to it. So, like, you know that my happy ass is gonna go right on out to my nearest bookstore and go get it. Like hardcore, seriously, like, I love this. And I am definitely going to check out more from this author. I love it when I find just like a random ass author just goes, huh, well this looks interesting, pluck. Like, that's kind of how I do my book shopping sometimes. I'll just go into a bookstore, whatever cover grabs my eye, that goes into my pile. Like, I don't even read the back of it. If you have read this book, please reach out to me on my social media platforms here listed down below, and like, so we can mutually gush over its awesomeness. And if you've read anything else by this author, please let me know. Like, please let me know. Like, I am hoping that her other stuff is just as good as this, because oh my god, I am recommending this book to everyone. Add it to your to read pile. I am telling you, it's so good. So good. Anyways. So that is all that I have for you today. And if you're interested in my books that have made it out of the library or the Unwritten, be sure to click the link below to my website where you can read a little sample, purchase them for yourself, and you know, whatever. That was so awful. I hate segues. Anywho, I will see you all next time. Bye.